All right, on page 142 in your reading book. Next stop is America. This one, who can tell me what kind of text this is? What kind of story is this? Is this a fiction story? A historical fiction. It's not a historical fiction. Oh, I didn't look yet. Wait, what page is it? 42. What kind of story is this? What kind of story is it? Stories. What's the genre? Next stop to America. What is the genre? I don't know. What is the genre? Ooh, maybe I can get a close-up picture on that the golden thing way at the top. Like a boat? The genre, Chloe? It's an expository text. This means that it's a true story. It's going to tell you information. It's an informational text on immigration. This is what it's really like. Yes. I wrote 12 words on this side, but only 11 words on this side. So then you have to figure out which one you missed. And is that an ABC order one or no? This is the ABC order one. So make sure you put the arrow where it's supposed to go. Whatever one you missed. Okay? You have to figure it out, Mason. See which one you missed. Use the word box up top. All right, so this is a true text. It's going to tell us what immigration was really like. Can somebody read me the little white words underneath Next Stop America? Johnny? To New York. You pass the Statue of Liberty. What do you see in Ellis Island? What you see next is Ellis Island. So Ellis Island is where they would come into America if they came on a boat to travel and immigrate into the United States. Jacob, you need to be sitting in your seat now. Let's find out about Ellis Island. And who predicts that Ellis Island is still open today? Do you think most immigrants come on a boat today? No. So do you think Ellis Island is going to be very useful? Yes. Right now? Today in 2021? Probably not. So let's find out and see if we're right, if it's open or not. Today, Ellis Island is part of the Statue of Liberty National Monument. The main building is a museum. Once it was a gateway to America. It was open from 1892 to 1954. More than 12 million people first entered the United States here. How many people is 12 million? If they all stood in line, it could stretch like a bridge across the Atlantic Ocean. So when was Ellis Island open? 1892 to 1954. Right. And how many people came through? 12 million. 12 million. Most of the immigrants to Ellis Island came from Europe. The largest groups came from Italy and Ireland. Others came from Russia, Germany, Sweden, and other countries. Why did they come? Some were trying to escape war. Millions came seeking jobs. They wanted an opportunity or chance to make a better life. Many people came seeking freedom. They wanted the right to live and speak as they wished. So who wants to read me the little paragraph under the picture? What paragraph under the picture? Oh. Sophia?
Families came to America from all over the world. Ellis Island was their first stop in the United States.
So if you look at that map, do you see where they came in? They would have come in the boat, they would have seen the Statue of Liberty, and then they would have stopped at Ellis Island. And if they had passed all the med checks and everything, they would have got to come into America. So one of the text features in an expository text is sometimes a map to help us understand, or photographs to help us understand the text. Turn to page 144. The immigrants spoke many languages. They had different customs. However, everyone shared one thing. They had all chosen to immigrate. They wanted to move to a new country, and they wanted to be Americans. Yes, Micah?
Is it that one island with the jail on it there?
That's in San Francisco. That is... I've been there. Albatross? No. Alcatraz. That's in San Francisco. Yeah, it's in San Francisco. That's where the jail was.
You've been there?
I have.
Did you get put in jail?
No, Alcatraz is closed. It's a history place now. So, like, if you go to San Francisco in California on a vacation, your family can go out on a ferry. Remember what a ferry is?
Yes, we've been on the ferry before, and I got water in my face.
Yes. So you can take the ferry to Alcatraz and go walk through the jail and see. Yeah, yep. Yeah. All right. So, how were people who immigrated to America different? What thing made people boys and girls? Shh. I'm glad you're excited and want to talk about things, and it's bringing conversation. But right now, I need you to listen. How were people that immigrated to America different? Bentley?
They might have a different accent or a different language.
Right. How are they the same? Aubrey? They're all people, yep. Micah? They all wanted to be Americans.
Oh, I got another one.
Yes.
They all wear clothes.
Oh, yes. Okay. Okay, what happened at Ellis Island? Immigrants crossed the ocean on crowded ships, and when the ships arrived in New York Harbor, smaller boats took them to Ellis Island. There, the travelers hoped to become American citizens. Thousands of people came every day. First, everyone had to have a checkup. The government didn't want sick people coming into the country. Sick people stayed on Ellis Island Hospital until they were well. Someone with an eye infection was sent back across the ocean.
What in the world?
With just an eye infection. People also had to take a written test. They had to answer questions, give their names, tell what country they were from. They had to tell where they planned to go. They had to promise to obey the laws of the United States. After hours of waiting, most people got good news, and the United States welcomed them to their new home. So what kinds of things happened when they got to Ellis Island? Yes.
Would their family have to break up if only one of them had an eye infection or something?
Possibly. I am sure if it was my kid and they were sick, I would probably go back with them.
That's what
But maybe if it was a mom or a dad and the rest of the family was good and the dad or mom could stay, they might decide to flip or stay in America and just the one adult might go back. But doctors gave everyone who came through Ellis Island checkups. They even checked kids. Where they went. From Ellis Island, the immigrants got on ferries to New York City. Many people's journey ended there. Thousands settled near friends and family, and they stayed in neighborhoods such as Little Italy and the Bronx. Others had more traveling to do. They headed west or south or to other cities and states. Some went to places where they could get a job or a factory or a mine. Others found good farmland. No matter where the immigrants settled, they never forgot Ellis Island. So, what did many immigrants want? Why did they come? What were they looking for? Remember that big O word?
Ocean?
Not ocean.
Atlantic? Hey guys, next orientation. Voting. Airport. Opportunity.
They wanted a chance at a better life. Yep, opportunity. They were looking for opportunity. Do any of you guys know your family's immigration story? No. I know my family came in the late 1800s, but we came on a boat from Germany, and we didn't come through Ellis Island. We came through St. Louis. And when we got to St. Louis, our journey wasn't done, or my great 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 grandparents' journey wasn't done.
Is that true?
It is true. They came through St. Louis, and then they came up the Mississippi River all the way to New Ulm, and they stayed in New Ulm, and they lived there, and they farmed for a while. And then the Native Americans were going to attack, but my family was friends with the Native Americans, and the Native Americans warned them that an attack was coming. So my family came and went to the St. Paul area and farmed there. And that's how my family came into be in this area. That's my family's immigration story. So if you have somebody in your family, like a grandpa or grandma, they might know your family's immigration story and how you guys got to be in this area, and it's a good conversation you could have with them.
I've been in this area my whole life.
Well, I know, so have I. But it's a really cool story to find out about your family's history. And see. So, that is a true story about what immigration was like in the time. So my family came from Germany. They came from Germany because World War I was going to be happening soon. There was a bunch of wars coming. And so they were farmers over in Germany. They came to America to farm because they were being oppressed and not able to farm the way they had been before. Because I have somebody in my family that did a bunch of history on our family, and it's called your genealogy, and they wrote the story. And so we are able to read about my family's story.
Who is that?
One of my dad's cousins did it. And they put it down on paper for us so that we would know the story. But you can talk to your grandparents, because I bet a lot of your grandparents might know your family's immigration story. So, all right, you guys have got about an hour, almost. Are you listening, Bentley? You have to do page 68, which is long E sounds. I think you guys will be just fine with long E sounds.
No.
And then you need to do page 69. And then you need to do page 70.
That's it? And then we rip it out.
On page 70, today, on page 70, turn to page 70 in your turn book. On page 70, it wants you to use clearer, more precise nouns. So if I say Ben and his family, I can make this noun more precise because I could say, Ben and his mother and father and sister moved to Tampa. Okay? Do you see this all could be replaced with one word? What word could I replace this whole part with? Do you know what's a noun I could replace this? Are you listening? What is a noun I could replace mother and father and sister with?
Mother, father,
Family. I could use the word family instead and make my sentence more precise. So today's drafting, you're choosing to use words that will help you make it more clear, but also more to the point.
Father and sister moved to Tampa. Ben and his family moved to Tampa. This is how it happens. Ben and his country moved to Tampa.
All right. So you're working on page 68 through 70 today. No, I'd like you to do it on your own. Not today, because tomorrow. Yes, you can rip it out and turn it in. That's fine.